If you're over 45 and your joints feel stiffer, your mornings feel heavier, or your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to, listen closely. The real enemy might not be age. It could be inflammation. Here's the good news. You don't need magic pills or expensive treatments to fight back. You just need the right foods. In this video, I'll show you 5 powerful research-backed foods that help cool inflammation, restore energy, and support your body one bite at a time. After the age of 45, the body starts losing collagen, your gut lining becomes more sensitive, your immune system, once sharp and balanced, starts to overreact. Even to simple things like sugar, processed oils, or poor sleep. Before you go to bed, take a small glass jar, add 1 tablespoon of ground chia seeds, pour in half a cup of almond milk or low-fat yogurt, and stir in a few drops of honey or cinnamon. Let it sit in the fridge overnight. By morning, it turns into a pudding-like blend that's gentle on your stomach, rich in fiber, and perfect for topping with berries or banana slices. This one minute habit helps reduce inflammation, supports your digestive system, and gives your body a calm, steady kind of energy, not the jittery, crash-prone kind. If you're dealing with joint pain, frequent constipation, or energy dips after breakfast, this is a simple place to start. Try it for 7 days and see how you feel. And remember, even good changes take time. So don't expect miracles, expect small signs of relief, like looser joints, lighter moods, or less bloating. This is how you start healing, 1 spoon, 1 step, 1 seed at a time. This is why many people over 50 feel like they're in constant pain, always tired, or just not themselves anymore. Even when tests come back normal, it's not all in your head, it's inflammation, and it's often triggered by what's on your plate. But here's the good news: certain foods, when added regularly, have been shown to lower key inflammation markers like CRP and help balance your immune response. That means less swelling in your joints, less pressure behind your eyes, and even more stable moods and memory. You don't need to live in fear of inflammation. You just need to understand that at this stage of life, your body's needs are different. It's no longer about eating less. It's about eating smarter, choosing what truly nourishes your tissues and keeps the inner fire under control. No, it's not hype. It's food that works for real people, just like you. These little powerhouses are packed with plant-based omega-3 south called ALA, which have been linked to lower levels of chronic inflammation in the body, especially in older adults. They also contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which help improve digestion. Feed the good bacteria in your gut and support your immune system where it starts, in the gut lining. In fact, recent studies show that regular intake of chia or flax can help reduce C-reactive protein, a major marker of inflammation, and may even improve cholesterol and blood sugar over time. But here's the key: don't just sprinkle them dry. For the best benefit and safest digestion, grind flax seeds fresh, soak chia seeds overnight, mix them into oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. If you have digestive issues or take blood thinners, speak to your doctor first, because even good things should be handled with care. But for most people, just 1 tablespoon a day can support joint comfort, better bowel movements, and overall energy without pills, without fuss. Just real food, doing real work in your body. You wake up one morning, same as always, but something feels off. Your knees creak. Your fingers are stiff, your energy's low, and everything you eat seems to make your body feel heavier, slower, more inflamed. That's not aging, that's inflammation, silently eating away at your joints, your heart, your brain, and your ability to enjoy life. And for millions of men and women over 45, this slow-burning fire becomes the root of arthritis, fatigue, brain fog, diabetes, and chronic pain. But what if I told you the solution might be sitting quietly in your kitchen, not in a medicine cabinet? This isn't about tossing your prescriptions it's about adding foods to your plate that your body recognizes, accepts, and uses to heal. Every single point I share today is based on research-backed food choices known to support your immune system, gut lining, and inflammation response. No hype, no magic, just the kind of natural tools your grandparents used without needing a label for it. And if you've ever commented that a video was boring, felt fake, had no scenes, or smelled like a "I stay with me," because this one is about real food, real stories, and results you can feel in your knees, your mood, and even your morning walk. Now, before we get into these inflammation-fighting foods, let me say this as clearly as possible: This video is not a medical treatment plan, and I'm not your doctor. I'm sharing the power of natural food based on common research. In a way that respects your experience and encourages your curiosity, not your blind faith. If you're on medication, recovering from surgery, or managing conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or autoimmune problems, please talk to your healthcare provider before changing your diet because food can be powerful, but it should always work with your medical care, not against it. That said, these next 5 foods aren't exotic, expensive, or hard to find. You'll likely recognize them from your local market, but what I'm going to show you is how they've been quietly proven to lower inflammation, support your immune system, and reduce the very pain and stiffness many of us blame on age alone. This isn't about cutting everything out, it's about bringing a few powerful things in. So if you're ready to take small steps that can lead to more movement, better digestion, fewer morning aches, and maybe even a lighter mood, let's begin. Let us be honest, what worked for your body at 25 doesn't always work the same way at 55 or 65 now. Let us talk about 2 tiny seeds that carry a giant benefit for inflammation, chia seeds and flax seeds. Now I want to give you a quick, practical way to use these seeds that fits right into your day. No complicated cooking. No strange ingredients. Now, let us shine a spotlight on a food that often gets ignored, but is quietly one of the best. Inflammation fighters. Nature ever made mushrooms. Not just a filler for soups or pizza toppings. Mushrooms like shiitake, oyster, and even plain button mushrooms are loaded with compounds that help your immune system stay balanced instead of overreacting, which is exactly what causes joint pain, autoimmune flare-ups, and long-term fatigue in older adults. One key nutrient they contain is selenium, which supports healthy thyroid function and protects cells from oxidative stress. For older adults struggling with bloating, joint pain, or autoimmune issues, removing gluten can sometimes ease inflammation. But what do you eat instead? That's where buckwheat comes in. Its tiny pseudo-cereal is high in protein, rich in gut-healing fiber. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are essential for brain function, joint health, and calming the immune system. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at producing these fats on their own, which means getting them from food becomes even more important. Omega-3 South don't just reduce visible swelling, they go deeper, lowering inflammation in blood vessels, supporting memory, and even improving mood. In fact, several studies have shown that seniors who consume fatty fish regularly have lower rates of depression, arthritis symptoms, and even cognitive decline. But here is something to be aware of: choose wild-caught fish when possible to reduce the risk of mercury. And if you're on blood thinners, speak to your doctor first before increasing your intake. If fish isn't your favorite, try grilling or baking it with herbs and lemon for flavor, or flaking it into a salad or soup. Just 2 servings a week can start making a difference, not just in your lab tests, but in how you feel walking, thinking, and waking up each morning. And packed with antioxidants like rutin and quercetin, which have been shown to reduce inflammation and support circulation. It's especially useful for people with diabetes or weight issues, because it doesn't spike blood sugar the way regular wheat or rice does. And it's not just good for the body, it's easy on the taste buds too. You can make a hearty porridge, use it as a rice replacement, or grind it into flour for pancakes and roti. If your joints feel tight after meals, or you often feel sleepy or swollen after eating bread or pasta, try swapping in buckwheat for a week and notice the difference. Might seem like a small change, but for your gut, your blood vessels, and your immune system, it's a powerful shift toward healing from the inside out. Even more impressive, mushrooms are one of the very few natural sources of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin which many seniors are deficient in. Start by rinsing 1 cup of buckwheat groats under cold water, then toast them in a dry pan for 2 minutes until they smell nutty. Add 2 cups of water and a pinch of salt. Bring to a boil, then simmer for 8 to 10 minutes until soft and fluffy. Now for the magic mix: in a drizzle of olive oil, a sprinkle of turmeric, and chopped steamed veggies or even leftover chicken. This warm bowl not only comforts your joints and fills your belly, but it also gives your immune system a gentle push toward balance. For diabetics or those with thyroid issues, this meal won't spike your sugar or overload your system. And if you don't like savory, skip the turmeric and add almond milk, cinnamon, and berries instead for a sweet version. Just remember, if you're new to buckwheat, start slow and observe how your body responds. Healing begins with listening to your body, feeding it gently, and noticing what gives you energy, ease, and relief. When your vitamin D levels are low, inflammation rises, your bones weaken, and your immune system struggles. But mushrooms can soak up UV light and convert it into a form of vitamin D your body can use, even during cloudy winters. Just a handful of mushrooms 3 to 4 times a week can make a difference you'll feel in your energy, digestion, and mood. And if you don't like the texture, no problem, chop them finely. Add them to scrambled eggs or vegetable soup, and you'll never know they're there, but your body certainly will. Let me tell you a real story that might sound familiar. Mr. Aftab, a 67-year-old retired schoolteacher, used to wake up every morning with aching joints, a stiff neck, and the kind of fatigue that made even a short walk feel like a marathon. He had tried pills, ointments, and even cut back on his favorite foods, but nothing really helped. Then his daughter suggested a small change of mushrooms to his meals 3 times a week. He thought it sounded silly at first, but he gave it a try. He started with mushroom soup, then added mushrooms to his omelets, and even tried baked stuffed mushrooms for dinner. Within 3 weeks, he noticed his morning stiffness wasn't as bad. Within 6 weeks, he was walking his dog again without having to sit down after 10 minutes. He didn't change everything, he just added one new habit. I think that's the point. You don't need to overhaul your life to feel better. Sometimes, the right food in the right amount can unlock relief where medications fell short. So if you're tired of tired mornings and swollen fingers, give mushrooms a chance and give your immune system a fighting partner that dose and tea come with side effects. Now let's talk about buckwheat, a name that confuses people because it sounds like wheat. It's not a grain, and it doesn't contain any gluten. If you're wondering how to use buckwheat in a way that fits your routine and dose and tea tastes bland, here's a quick and comforting idea. And now we come to one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on the planet, fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. While fatty fish like salmon and sardines are incredible for lowering inflammation, not all fish are created equal, and if you're over 50 and trying to eat better, knowing how to choose the right kind matters. These days, many farmed fish are raised in poor conditions and can contain higher levels of mercury or other contaminants, which could do more harm than good if you eat them often. That's why when it comes to fish, quality matters. But I just can't eat them. Then let me show you how to turn boring greens into your favorite part of the plate. Pick just one of the 5 foods we talked about today's SIDs: mushrooms, buckwheat, fatty fish, or leafy greens, and add it to your meal tonight. You don't have to accept pain, fatigue, or stiffness as the price of getting older. Yes, aging brings change, but it doesn't mean surrender. With the right foods, the right habits, and a little daily intention, you can rebuild energy, restore calm, reclaim the kind of strength that lets you do the things you love: gardening, walking, cooking, laughing, sleeping deeply, waking up ready to live. Every food we talked about today is simple, affordable, and already in reach. And if you're not sure where to start, go back and rewatch the part that spoke to you most. Maybe the chia pudding, maybe the mushroom omelet, maybe that warm bowl of buckwheat. And if you found value here, share this with someone you care about. You never know who might need a little hope served up with healing. Until next time, take care of your plate, your body, your spirit, because they're all connected and they all deserve love. Don't change everything. Don't stress about perfection. Just start with one. Healing doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with small choices, repeated with care. And if this video helped you even a little, pass it on to someone you love, because feeling better after 45 isn't impossibly, it's just misunderstood. You've got this, and you're not too old to feel strong, clear, and alive again. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you. Write down how you feel tomorrow morning. Are your joints a little looser? Did you sleep better? Do you feel a bit more awake, more steady, more like yourself? Keep that note. Then, try adding a second food next week. This isn't about overnight transformation. It's about quiet, steady improvement that builds into strength, clarity, and relief. The truth is, most people give up because they try to change too much too fast. But you're going to change one thing at a time and build something that lasts. And I'd love it if you leave a comment below telling me which food you picked first and what small results you noticed. Your story might just inspire someone else to take their first step too. Start by steaming or a handful of spinach or kale until it just softens. Don't overcook it. Then add a splash of lemon juice, a dash of olive oil, and a pinch of sea salt or crushed garlic. That's it. Suddenly the bitterness is gone, and you're left with a side dish that's bright, flavorful, and healing. You can also toss in sesame seeds, nuts, or a sprinkle of grated cheese for extra taste and texture. And if chewing is difficult, or you're dealing with dental work, try blending greens into a warm soup with sweet potato or lentil zits. Smooth, soothing, and just as powerful. These little upgrades make all the difference between forcing yourself to eat greens and actually enjoying them. You don't need to suffer to be healthy. You just need to give your food a little love and listen to how your body feels after.
Ow.
Once you taste how delicious healing can be, you'll never go back to avoiding your greens again. Look for wild-caught salmon from clean waters, especially Alaskan or Pacific sources, which are known to be lower in mercury and higher in omega-3 content. If you're not sure what to buy, ask your local fish market, or choose canned sardines or mackerel marked as wild-caught. If you take medications like blood thinners or blood pressure pills, always check with your doctor before making big changes because omega-3 salts do have real effects on blood health. The goal here is not to scare you, it's to guide you towards smarter, safer choices that reduce pain and protect your heart. Start with 2 meals a week, see how your body responds, and enjoy the feeling of fueling your cells with something that docin. Tea just tastes good, builds you back up from the inside. Now let's talk about something your mother probably told you to eat more of: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, mustard greens, and even dandelion greens are packed with nutrients your body craves after 50. They contain vitamin C, vitamin K, and a powerful compound called sulforaphane, which supports liver detox and helps clear inflammatory compounds from the body before they build up and cause damage. When your liver functions well, it clears toxins more efficiently, balances hormones, and helps regulate immune responses, making you feel lighter, clearer, and more in control of your health. But many people make one common mistake. They eat these greens raw, thinking it's healthier. Reality, raw greens can be hard to digest, especially as you age. The better way? Lightly steam them with a little olive oil and lemon. This improves nutrient absorption and makes them easier on your stomach. If you've been dealing with fatigue, foggy thinking, or even skin issues, try adding just 1 serving of cooked greens to your daily meal and watch how your body responds. You're not just eating for today, you're clearing the path for a better tomorrow, 1 fork at a time. If you're one of those people who says, "I know greens are healthy," here, something powerful. I want you to try, and it's easier than any strict diet or complicated routine. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to say thank you, because this isn't just a video. It's a reminder that your health, your comfort, and your joy still matter. If just one of these foods spoke to you, try adding it to your plate this week and feel the difference for yourself.